All right, what's going on, everybody? Today I am going to try to get some work done on the car this morning before Olive gets up. She got her new bike, early Christmas present, and we're going to go ride later. But I have stuff I got to do on the car because we only have 3 days to get the car back tip-top for our trip to Atlanta. If you watched the last video, you know we lost the power steering pump, and that kind of put a stop to our drifting at East 10 Drift. And so Sicky has thrown one in the mail for us. They're overnighting it, so it'll be here tomorrow, so we can get that sorted. But we had a couple other things like the steering. I took some rack limiters off of the steering rack, and I think that we might have a little bit of an over-centering issue, and the wheel is like flopping at lock, and I've only ever seen that happen with SLR when you don't nut and bolt your car. So we're going to make sure we nut and bolt the front of the car, make sure everything's good, and yeah, we got a bunch of shit to do, so let's get after it. All right, we're at the shop. Gonna get this car up on jack stands so we can start going through it. We've already established that something in the front end is loose, and that was causing our steering to feel a little bit weird. Not the power steering, but like our actual wheel wobble. We're doing a little bit of shop cleanup before we go out of town, and all of the stuff that's in, this is the box that our Texas Speed motor came in, and these are all the parts that they sent back. We decided to not rebuild that motor, so they were kind enough to box everything up. And some of this stuff is toast and not usable at all, but some of it is usable and will be reused to build our new motor for next year. This block is toast. If anybody wants a cracked LS3 block and you think you can fix it or want to use it for something, holler at me. I'll sell it to you for cheap. And Mo's grabbing parts from our other motor. Look at him. It's a nice crank, or was. It'll buff out. Oh, there it is right there. Ooh. Fixable? Comment below. All right, we got this thing all nut and bolted, and then although there was already a huge hole here for the diff, we actually had to cut another little square out. Uncle Mo helped with that, so that we could get to the fill plug on the diff, so we could do a fluid change. Jackson's here.
It's a slow change.
Yeah, Jackson's working on his quick change, aka just changing diffs.
Fucking sucks, dude.
Just to be clear, I did a gear change today in about 4 minutes.
I'll be here for another hour or two.
Yeah. Quick changes are worth the money. They are, dude.
It's not bad.
Yeah, so what are you doing? You're changing...
So I'm going from a 3.07 to a 3.64 for linear.
Yeah, and that's because you want to be able to use...
So I'm going to enter in the bank on third, or Jesus Christ, on the bank in third, and then downshift to second going off the bank, and then I just use second for the rest of the infield.
Got it. Because I think a lot of people are probably curious how you keep up with so many cars in this car.
I'm dog shit.
Dude, don't listen to him. Awful. Everybody that watched the last video watched you door every single car around the track.
It's lies. It's fake. It's AI.
So another big thing that we had to do on my car was, it's not big, it was an easy fix, but important, was putting a new air filter. This intake is absolutely the worst, and I will be changing it as soon as I'm able to. And when I say the worst, I don't mean like Holly's the worst. I just mean like for my setup, it runs into the... It just doesn't work for my car. It's terrible for my car. But we had to change the filter. The one that was on here it was just in really bad shape. So new filter, and then we're still out a power steering pump. We're waiting though. Sicky's trying to get us one as fast as they can. Hopefully we can overnight it for tomorrow. Other than that, on my car's, oh shit, my bad. My car's pretty much good to go. We still have that vibration. We don't know what it is, so what we're actually gonna do is bring a set of spare axles that aren't really spares, but we have them, and they would work just in case it's some sort of axle binding issue, which I don't think it is, but that's it for my car. Jackson's gonna be working on his. I'm gonna go get Olive from inside Uncle Mo's house, and we're gonna go ride some bikes. I'm gonna film you. Go, 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 go. What do you think?
Okay.
What is it? Does it feel different?
A little bit.
It looks a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Is it faster?
Yeah.
Right on. Okay, see you later.
See you later, alligator.
In a while, crocodile.
Okay. Doing it.
All right, I had to put the video on pause yesterday because we didn't get the things that we needed locally, but thankfully Sicky Manufacturing, overnight parts from Maryland, we've got a power steering pump. And in about 5 minutes, there's gonna be a semi rolling up to the house with our tires for the next 2 events. All right, so here's the new pump. It's exactly like our old one. So went ahead and test fitted it just to be safe. And I'm glad we did because the pulley was actually pushed on too far, which is crazy. I didn't even know you could do that, but it was pushed on too far and it was rubbing on our accessory bracket. So we backed it off, AKA Mo backed it off actually. I went and found our fitting, our -6 for our high pressure side. And we're gonna go ahead and tighten that down and get our high pressure line on. We got some tires. These tires are for the Drift Symphony event. They are for a demo at Walther in December, which is gonna be really exciting to bring you guys along for that. We're gonna go to the Walther HQ. And then also these tires are for a demo at Tint World the day before Drift Symphony, which we're gonna talk about a little bit later in this video. I'm not sure how many tires it is. Thank you, Kenda. Huge shout out to Ed at Kenda for always making sure that we have tires for the car to make it to every event. We literally couldn't do it without Kenda. Like, no question, we couldn't do it without them. This wouldn't be happening. I got our high pressure line on. This line is a real pain in the butt on the way it's routed. It actually brings it really, really close to the pulley, and when you're flooring it and it's under load, I've actually had this line touch the pulley. And previously I found a way to get it away from it, and I don't know why now it's back to where it was, but the line is tight, so I'm gonna go ahead and bolt the pump down and then we'll figure out a solution for keeping that line out of the way. Uncle Mo undid one of the pallets and got the tires stacked up over there. I just gotta find some hardware now. Thumbnail?
In there, dude.
How's it look?
Yeah. I've tried to side grind a bit. I've tried to stone. When I get up in those corners, I kind of get
Yeah, so what we're trying to do is make room so that we can get to the fill plug on the top of the diff when we do fluid changes. See that stack of tires, boy? Dude, you fucked my shit up. So it's super loud, but we're gonna check out the power steering. Everything's hooked up. And technically we've already bled the power steering, but I was just gonna show you guys that it works. We also had some over-centering issues, so we added a little bit of a thicker rack stop. If you go back and watch the videos from the last couple days, you can see that we were driving with huge fucking angle, but the problem with that is we were over-centering the rack just a tiny bit. So we didn't get rid of too much angle. We added like what, 20 mil spacer? Yeah. Like a 20 mil spacer, or yeah, stop, because SLR doesn't have well, they don't have steering stops built into the actual angle kit. You put little spacers on the rack to limit the angle, and I think we needed it. So these are actually what they look like, and they just go on the rack. We had two of these on, and on each side. Here, stack two of them up. We had two like this stacked up, and that's what our stop was. And now we have a different one in there that's the equivalent of 3, so it's about 20 mil.
Yeah.
And they're on. We got our boots on. Way less.
Way less? Yeah.
No, I mean like.
That's the way it's affecting it.
All right, so the last thing I'm going to do today, everybody's gone now, so I'm going to pull the logs from our event down in Tennessee and send them to Forrest from Link, just to go over our logs before we make the journey down to Atlanta and make sure our tune looks good, make sure everything's looking safe and happy, and then we'll be ready to go. Oh, I just filmed this whole outro and the camera wasn't even on. Yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Pretty chill couple days, to say the least. We just wanted to kind of knock a few things out each day so that we're not scrambling to get ready on Friday when we head down to Atlanta. If you've made it this far in the video, please remember that we are doing a pop-up meet and greet with the car at Tint World in Tyrone, Georgia. All the details for that are in the description below. Come out, hang out, maybe do some ride-alongs in the parking lot. I'm not sure about that, but maybe. But they're going to be giving away a bunch of stuff, including 2 tickets to Drift Symphony the next day, which is Saturday, the 23rd. If you win those tickets, come find me, and I'll give you a ride-along in the car, on track. Tons of great drivers going to be there. There's going to be a ton of spectators. And then right after that event, we're headed straight up to Nashville to do a shooting class, a pistol course with Scott Jelinski of Modern Samurai Project, which is also really exciting. So a crazy 3 days. It's going to be a blast. Again, I'm having fun making these videos. I'll keep making them. And thank you guys for watching. Let's pump these numbers up. Like, comment, subscribe, all that shit. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.